Hey guys, it's Caillou here once again. Today, we will do all my reasons why the Vyond community sucks, so, let's go. So what is Vyond? Vyond was founded as GoAnimate in 2007 by Alvin Hung, and the first version of GoAnimate went live in mid-2008, but when grounded video started in 2011, GoAnimate more really popular, but as grounded videos, rants, and salutes being overused in May. The website, so let's go. The first topic we will be going in is the doxers. Many people kept on doxing other users' personal information, and that is highly illegal, and you can get arrested for doing that online. Some things that are doxing, such as home address, school name, your ID, real name, IP address, and so on. If someone doxes your personal information, report them to the police, and they will help you get started. So many users in the Vyond community are becoming pedophiles nowadays, such as Sean Sullivan, Wilson Perez, Abuth Flores Animations, Jonah Campbell, etc. And since Sean Sullivan made CP back in September 26, 2019, and was called out by SWAT team 3 years later on November 20, 2022, because of this, many people started hating grounded videos and left the Vyond community, including official Flamer Gamermaster, and however, he got banned from GoAnimate City Discord server. I'm not kidding. Also, pedophilia is another reason why Vyond community sucks. So whenever a user makes a scene where an uncensored private part, or naked out of a child, that is considered a serious crime. Also, you can get arrested in real life for doing that. Even if a teacher is a pedophile, they can still get fired for teaching, as in example, Chris Savino, which he is a pedophile, because he sexually harassed girls, which led to him getting fired in 2017. Examples are, yes, they are the worst grounded videos I've seen, such as Sean Sullivan making CP out of the Backyardigans while it isn't censored, which the video is titled The Backyardigans Show Private Parts at School and Gets Grounded. Next example is that of Abuth Flores Animations made CP out of Little Bill by making a scene of him showing his private parts and leaving it uncensored, on a Little Bill video titled Little Bill Misbehaves at the Voyageurs National Park and Gets Grounded. Next example is that Pappy Anime 2012 made CP out of Elmo, by making Elmo having sex with a necklace, and that video was on Elmo Fudge Jewelry and Gets Grounded. I will do an overview of 3 of their videos. Users in the community are cyberbullying nowadays, because they make bad videos out of another user, which can lead to your channel getting terminated, and it breaks YouTube's community guidelines. Videos that count as cyberbullying: there are parody videos, sequel videos, grounded videos out of another user they hate. They also joke about 9/11, school shootings, world wars, etc. If you are being cyberbullying, tell them to your parents and they will help you get started. Users are being child abusers, because some users like PaperLuigi99, RoadAnimate, and RapperOffline TrueAnimator16 make Brutal Punishment Day out of preschool show characters, which is nothing but child abuse. But there are some good ones like Roku Cohen the Vyonder and Harry Strack the GoAnimator, which they make videos for entertainment purposes only. And child abuse is another serious crime that has to be taken seriously. If you abuse your own child in real life, you could go to jail or lose custody to your child, or have that child put up for adoption. And this is why Punishment Day videos are nothing but complete child abuse. But not only this, but they add blood to a child. Like, how is that even appropriate? Yes, I add blood to my gotcha videos. So many users are becoming hypocrites nowadays, because they claim to hate on something they hate, if they did something that they do, and being a hypocrite is however the worst thing in the community they would do. Whatever you do, please do join this community. I suggest you leave this community because of this. There's too much drama in the community, because they are a lot of criminals, doxers, perverts, pedophiles, etc. And drama is the another bad thing, because do a lot of bad stuff which caused people to hate Vyond, and it's the reason why Vittorio the Vyonder 2003 had to close his account on July 22, 2023, and Brendan Barney had to leave the Vyond community on November 30, 2022, what users do to. Cause drama is make cyberbullying videos on another user they hate. Seriously, if you hate on a user you hate, just ignore it. So many people in the Vyond community are becoming jerks, because cause bad behavior there, they wreak habos, make false rip-off claims, etc. And now on to the topic. Users act so immature in the community, because of the community but filled with immature users, 12 years or younger. I know I get this website is meant to be aimed at all ages, but you have to be 13 years or older to use Discord, and that breaks Discord's terms of service, and you can get disabled for doing that. So many users act immature for causing wreckage to Vyond, don't know how to handle their hate, not handling opinions, etc. First off, it's a very cheap and rushed-looking stock animation. In fact, it can hardly be considered animating since all you do is drag and drop in an almost PowerPoint style. The site has generic, fairly natural-sounding text-to-speech voices from providers to the likes of Amazon Polly, formerly Ivona, Acapella, Cepstral/VoiceForge, Oddcast Nuance/Neospeech/Locendo, IBM Watson, etc. While voice recording is possible, the text-to-speech voices are overused to the point that videos with actual voicing are very rare. While most of the themes from the site have decent lip-syncing, the lip-syncing is poor for some themes like cartoon classics for example, which when you apply voices to the characters from the theme, they don't even match up with the voices. For most videos, Comedy World, one of them. Website's themes, no longer available as of 2018, is overused. There are a few things Comedy World had over themes, like business-friendly, in the eyes of users. These include having detailed outlines and decent body proportions, plus the ability to move and scale parts of the head to make more accurate characters. That said, Comedy World suffers from limited character actions and choices for them, body. With these limitations, the theme is notorious for stuff like characters pointing to grab or hit something, fighting or tantrums being represented by the character dancing, while angry or crying, and dead people just being asleep with a smile on their face. It was also a blatant rip-off of Family Guy's animation style, especially with the backgrounds copied from scenes of that same TV show. The site is mostly infamous for extremely repetitive, mean-spirited and uncreative videos, which have taken over the site. The oldest and most infamous kind of videos are, of course, grounded videos, which revolve around characters, usually ones that the uploader hates, doing something bad and getting grounded for an absurd amount of time for it. Similar genres including Behavior Card Day or Dead Meat videos, where characters get punished for getting a black card from their teacher at school, character elimination videos, or characters complete to win a game by completing in challenges, and held back videos, where characters get held back through all school grades and then expelled. This trend dates back to 2011, starting with Adam Kleinschmidt 2003's video Brian Gets in Trouble at School, which would later spawn numerous grounded videos in later years. In some videos, characters get grounded or expelled from school for no reason, for even unfair reasons. In the worst cases, characters can get executed or get life in prison just for existing. When it comes to giving variety to grounded-esque videos, or trying something different, most users just steal and rip off scenes and elements from other shows and films. The site's community is mostly filled with immature Vyonders, underage users, 12 years or younger, users that can't tolerate criticism or different opinions, and internet trolls. There's sometimes even nostalgia tarts, cartoonables, perverts, and pedophiles, and SJWs and obsessive anti-SJWs, in the community as well. Speaking of which, the trolls even started the trend of many controversial cartoon police groups and anti-versions of them. They have managed to flood YouTube, which is one of the reasons why the said site lost its grace. Most members of the Vyond community love to hate preschool shows, notably Caillou and Dora the Explorer, which matches my username. Characters from these shows are often used in the grounded videos mentioned above. While older children and teens have reasons to dislike certain shows, there are people on Vyond whose, often blind, hate extends to otherwise well-received children's shows, such as Arthur and Sesame Street, just because they are preschool shows. This is very stupid reason to hate them, since it shows bias towards quality products in form of a refusal to accept the views of others. Building on that, the users like to make rants and salutes on stuff and people they like/dislike. Similar to grounded videos, these rants often have a single repetitive formula and can even give bad reasons to why users like or hate certain things. Some users have uncreative and overused usernames. Popular formulas include Good Show FTW, Bad Show FTL, Good Show Yes, Bad Show No, and Good Show Fanatic Estate Birth Year. They also tend to include abbreviations for groups in their usernames, like UTTP, YouTube Troll Police, AUTTP, Anti-UTTP, VGCP, Video Game Cartoon Police, AGWA, Antigra Good User Alliance, EDCP, Everyday Cartoon Police, PA, Powerhouse of Entertainment, and more. Similar to MGTOW men. Bratty Vyond users are /were but hurt towards the site's founder Alvin. I'm all because things were removed from GoAnimate in 2015 to 16. They also blame him for ruining the site, even though most of the users were the ones who ruined the site, and the updates were most likely done by other site admins. These people would often make bad videos out of him, and some even go as far to issue death threats. They're even buttered towards the new CEO, Gary Litkowitz, just because he removed the legacy video maker in 2019. The site has completely lost its charm since 2015 and is nothing like how it was back in 2008 to 2013. The fanbase gives actual autistic people a bad name. They use it as an excuse for their immature behavior, written terrible grammar and spelling, which mostly applies to dyslexia and intellectual disability. While not specifically proven or confirmed, the fanbase likely originated from the younger generation of the Roblox/Minecraft fandom. Some of the fanbases will also witch hunt users, who call out the fanbase with grounded threats and so forth. An update for Vyond makes old accounts to pretend that the password is wrong. You can't even reset it either without making it say it is wrong. They removed the Go Plus ability, a cheaper option for hobbyists. Ironically, a former slogan claimed it offers things for non-expense. This is no longer true with Go Plus's removal. There's speculation that Go Plus was significantly less popular than Go Premium or Go Teen. Removed voices twice, the first time was in 2015 and the second time was in March 2016, without notice. Rumor has it that they decided not to renew certain voices and move on to new ones. Discreetly upgraded to HTML5 in January 2016, when in reality it was only the player that was HTML5. The HTML5 update came nearly 2 years too late in December 2017 with the announcement of the new video maker. Closed down GoAnimate for schools for no valid reason. They said it was due to Flash, yet they refused to update it for HTML5 due to time constraints, as Vyond were rushing to phase out Flash content and they would need to spend more time to rebrand GoAnimate for schools if they were to keep maintaining it. Removal of the HTML5 preview and video player. Turn the website into a business site. Also in 2015, it removed fun features and turned the website into a business one for no good reason, when he could have had one side of GoAnimate for hobbyists, and the other one for professionals, although it is justified as the hobbyist user base is overran by toxic users at the time. Since it was turned into Vyond, the art style now looks even more unappealing and crappy. The new video maker Vyond Studio was set to default. The legacy videomaker was shut down on December 16, 2019, causing a lot of Vyond users to move to other apps/websites, Rapper Offline, Photogon, Movie Star Planet, Google Slides/PowerPoint, Papa Louie Pals, Scratch, Gotcha Life, etc. The main problem is that most of them revolve around children's show characters such as Caillou Anderson and sometimes his sister, Rosie, Dora Marquez, Peppa Pig, Little Bill Glover, Kylon Chow, Arthur and his sister DW, Dora Winfred, Reed, Elmo and his Sesame Street friends, the Backyardigans, the Wonder Pets, Blue, Blue's Clues, Wubbzy and Daisy, the Little Einsteins, Wyatt Beanstalk, Super Y, and the Super Readers, Daniel Tiger, Pinkalicious, etc. being punished, and original characters are seldom used. It is said that the reason they do this is to express their undying and blind hatred for these shows, as well as the characters. They are oftentimes extremely unrealistic and very mean-spirited. There are also grounded videos out of real-life people and adults like Alvin Hung, the founder/creator of GoAnimate/Vyond, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Susan Wojcicki, the former YouTube CEO, Neil Mohan, the current YouTube CEO, etc., all of whom are too old to even get grounded. These videos are formulaic, repetitive, and predictable. Most grounded videos go something like this. A character, usually one the uploader hates, openly declares they are going to do something considered bad, they do said bad thing, and the parents show up and ground them, often for an impossibly long time, with the character running to their room crying. The creators of these videos tend to constantly recycle formats of grounded videos and usually make little to no changes save for having different characters. Just some examples of constantly recycled grounded video formats include X calls Y by their first name/grounded, X misbehaves at public location/grounded, X draws a big fat meanie/grounded, you name it. Some are done on other YouTubers as well as GoAnimate users, which is cyberbullying. Some people make grounded/punishment day videos out of other users or real-life people and celebrities like Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, 3, Avril Lavigne, 4, Alvin Hung, the creator of Vyond/GoAnimate, and other YouTubers, mostly Vyonders/GoAnimators, which is considered cyberbullying or harming the person they target. A common example would be Justin Bieber gets grounded, 5. These videos are mostly made by little kids, preteens, and immature teenagers. Some are even made by adults, men children, as well. Some of them have poor quality. A user named Azure Midnight Gemstone Dude 2K3 had old video that poor quality. These videos tend to overlap with behavior card videos, which also have people getting grounded at the end. The reasons for getting grounded in these videos can be quite trivial and most of them aren't even a big deal. Some reasons include calling someone by their full name, farting in class, chewing gum, bringing an NC-17 rated movie to school, failing a pop quiz, getting a math problem wrong, not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, taking a shower, etc. Some characters also get grounded for owning a VHS tape, doing good things, e.g. owning a lemonade stand, wrapping orders at a restaurant, crying in the hospital after they were born, taking a shower just to stay clean, or even for no reason at all. Ungrounded and reward day videos aren't any better because they have the same plot as grounded videos, except the character does something good and gets rewarded. Some grounded videos are actually original, fun to watch, or are so bad, they're hilarious. Although rare, some grounded videos can actually be more realistic. For instance, a character can get grounded for a week for skipping school. Some grounded videos have original characters. The first grounded video by Adam Kleinschmidt 2003 was way better and reasonable. Even some users such as Dmitry Mykolov the Disney fan also makes more reasonable and lenient grounded videos. Prior to 2015, these videos were met with praise from, mostly, Vyond/GoAnimate users. However, as years come by, they have mostly received negative reception from a majority of YouTubers, GoAnimators, and professional animators. They have been criticized for being formulaic, repetitive, predictable, unoriginal, mean-spirited, etc. Make a playlist for videos of kids shows like the official Caillou from PBS Kids. Instead of using YouTube, use the YT Kids app since grounded videos are blocked from YT Kids. Flag the punishment day and assaulted videos. YouTube will age restrict it. Leave the autoplay option off. Click the Not Interested button if any of these videos show up on a video that is not related to these cartoons. Or if there is a channel full of grounded videos, press Don't Recommend Channel. If these videos keep appearing on the related videos section, go to your watch history and remove the grounded videos from your history by hovering over the video and clicking on the X button. There are multiple ways that a troublemaker gets grounded in these videos. Here's a list of examples of ways a troublemaker can get grounded, with some of the reasons being nonsensical or realistic, but not limited to. Abusing Vyond/GoAnimate logic. Beating up another person with the AGK beatdown sound, possibly. Blaming someone else for their actions/playing a blame game. Blasting loud music, usually on any location or at 3 a.m. Breaking someone's item. Being rude to one another. Bringing an adult-rated movie to school. Bullying someone else. Buying an item, usually using someone else's credit card, usually from a relative. Calling somebody, usually a relative, by their real name. Celebrating deaths. Cheating in school, usually a school test or the finals, especially plagiarism. Chewing gum at school. Consuming chewing gum anywhere in Singapore is illegal, believe it or not. Crying in the hospital after being born. Cutting class. Doing their favorite activity while grounded. Downgrading computers to an older operating system. Doxxing. Drawing a big fat meanie/getting blamed for drawing it. Dropping by Squidward's house. Eating food that is not allowed by the guardians. Eating too much junk food. Expressing your opinion on something. Failing a quiz or a test. Farting in class. Framing someone who didn't do anything wrong. Get framed by someone else. Getting a math problem correct or incorrect. Getting coal/bad presents for Christmas. Getting detention. Getting suspended or expelled. Getting held back. Getting in dead meat on a behavior card day. Getting someone else arrested. Getting someone else grounded for their actions. Getting someone in dead meat/expelled for no reason. Giving someone a concussion. Giving someone a punishment day. Going trick or treating without permission. Grounding someone, e.g. grounding an innocent character/user. Grounding the whole world along with other troublemakers. Having a nightmare. Hosting a slumber party when not allowed to. Hurting somebody's feelings. Injuring someone. Insulting someone, e.g. their parents, their newborn sibling. Killing somebody, and disrespecting their funeral. Killing somebody's favorite character. Locking somebody in a room. Lying. Losing a game. Making a fake food stand, e.g. a chocolate stand that has fecal matter. Making a fake VHS or DVD opening. Making a grounded video out of someone. Making a pirated video game and selling it. Making an account on a website. Making an unfair behavior card day, giving bad characters/users good cards, and giving innocent characters/users bad cards. Making everybody cry. Making up false accusations for their actions who haven't done anything wrong. Misbehaving at any location, e.g. a fast food restaurant, a resort, or a store. These are mostly longer length videos. Misbehaving on a car or bus ride, usually to a movie, and everyone outright misses it in the end usually. Misbehaving during a fire drill. Misbehaving during a lockdown drill. Mistreating their younger sibling. Not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day. Ordering an item from a food place without permission. Owning a certain item, like a VHS tape. Owning a lemonade stand. Pirating a movie/video game. Playing hooky, skipping school, also known as truancy. Pulling the fire alarm. Pushing someone in a locker. Putting a poisonous substance in school lunch, like rat poison. Ranting on something the uploader likes. Wrapping orders at a restaurant. Raping people. Running away from home. Running naked in public. Saluting on something the uploader hates. Saying a word/sentence, often offensive. Saying yes/no, something. Scaring people. Selling pirated DVDs. Singing their theme song, usually from a preschool show. Smoking cigarettes. Shooting up the school. Stalking a male or a female. Stealing an item from a public location. Stealing someone's car. Stealing someone's lunch. Sparta remixing yourself. Taking over the principal's job. Taking over the teacher's job. Telling a joke in class. Turning someone into a giant. Turning GoAnimate/Vyond into Plotagon or vice versa. Unrounding a bad character/troublemaker. Uploading a sex tape. Vandalizing school property, such as using spray paint. Watching porn. Yelling out a word that's not allowed. No reason at all. Vyond-style rants are rants that users make on in Vyond/GoAnimate. They have been reoccurring in Vyond/GoAnimate since the 2010s and are still in production to this day. They are also reoccurring outside of Vyond. A Vyond/GoAnimate style rant starts with the user mentioning the show/movie/game/user's name and follows that with a more like that normally consists of a vulgar alternative. For a list of alternative names users give to a piece of media in their rants, see the list below regarding the nicknames. Mostly just random generic opposites to swearing to even slurs, for example, Brendan Barney using the N-word on his Wiggles rant. In some cases if there is a number in the franchise like for example, Block 13, they would replace the number to 666 or 0. Some rants feature the user often saying to the viewers that they decide to change rants because they are too lazy to do this rant or say to them if they like this show or this show is from their childhood, they know the drill. After the name mockery, this is followed up with oh my god, or oh my f***king god, this show/movie/game/user sucks. If the show/movie/game is a rip-off or ruins something, they say that the show/movie/game ripped off or ruined one of the things they like or hate, and then say which is way better than this or which is bad enough. Typically, the user who claims the show/movie/game rips off another is wrong, if both shows/movies/games have no connection to each other, or maybe if the user claims the show/movie/game rips off another is right, like if the user said Super Y is a rip-off of Little Einsteins or if the user said Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island is a rip-off of SpongeBob SquarePants. This practice is called rip-off claiming. Then the user starts talking about the show/movie/game itself. These sections are half-hearted and show how formulaic these rants can be. To begin with, the term failure adventures makes no sense at all. Secondly, they give poor reasons to hate the character which may show that the user might have not even watched the source material. If they talk about a character that has cried, they will tell the viewers that they are going to laugh at the character at the next picture. The user then says why, and show a picture of the character crying and laugh their heads off, which is very heartless. Some rants may describe the character as no one gives a crap/bull/t/f***t/f***ck/f***ing/ing/t about them, not 2 or 3 either, not even 4, or a variation on the term. Some mostly focus on fictional dog characters, where they can threaten them to feed it chocolate, which chocolate is very toxic to dogs even in small doses, which is animal cruelty. After talking about the characters, they then say the animation is crap, the stories are lame, the music is boring, the plots are pointless, the songs are pieces of trash, the theme song is garbage, the voice actors are complete jerks, and the characters are idiots. This once again would show that the user may have not even bothered to watch a full episode of the show they are ranting on. Some ranters then go over the edge by saying things like that the characters would want to have sex at night, smoke pot/weed/ etc., eat poop for dinner, drink their own pee when they are thirsty, go to school nude, wearing diapers as their underwear, do/deal drugs, and jack off/masturbate when they are bored. Not only are some of these disgusting, but why would they even say that? Characters from these preschool shows also never do those kinds of things in their actual shows, especially if some were only minors. This is then followed up with a "I wish this show would get cancelled" or "thank God this got cancelled," depending if the show was still running at the time the rant was made / if the show is still running today or if it was already cancelled, and then says who would like or hate the show /movie /game, even if the character has no connection to the show the user just ranted on. The user then says screw/f*ck topic, and screw/f*ck non-related topic. Topic the user likes is, insert numbers here, times better than, topic. End of rant. Then they would talk about what rants would be up next. Although some rants are based on well-received adult shows such as South Park, Futurama, or The Simpsons, or shows with mixed/average/lukewarm reception, like the Disney Channel kitcoms and the Baby Einstein franchise, most rely on well-received children's shows, such as Sesame Street, Arthur, Blue's Clues, Kipper, Thomas and Friends, Postman Pat, The Backyardigans, Little Bear, Franklin, Bluey, etc. Just because they are kids' shows doesn't mean that they're bad. In the opposite end, some users can rant on shows that are for adults and say they have bad words. There are even rants about users that are repetitive, boring, unfunny, and can even lead to harassment, even if the reasons are valid, or some that are for criticism purposes. Most of these rants look really lazy or rushed. The makers of these rants don't give credit when they use someone else's work and often won't bother to cut out the white background in the images they use. Some rants are even done on Google Slides or PowerPoint by using a screen recorder such as Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, or Bandicam. Most of these videos use very repetitive and recycled scripts that come off as hateful rather than informative and reasonable. They also make very unreasonable and biased claims. Some rants claim that the main characters like to go on failure adventures, which gets repetitive very quickly. A character doesn't go on failure adventures just because you hate that media, so why say that they do? The people who make the rants make unfair or outrageously disgusting claims like the characters smoking cannabis, going to school naked, wearing diapers despite them being too old, having sex, masturbating when they are bored, eating each other's feces/drinking each other's urine, etc. Characters in kids' shows never do these kinds of things. Such things would never be allowed by a kids' network. And if the characters of these shows do such things, the shows they're in wouldn't even be considered kids' shows in the first place. Sometimes, when they rant on a live-action show or movie, they will say that the animation is bad, even though the show isn't animated at all. Vyond-styled salutes aren't any better than the rants, as they are very similar, making both really boring to watch. Many rants use other Vyond users, fictional characters, and even fictional media that have no relation to the media they're ranting on whatsoever. For example, a user named Christmas Yes Sunny Day No is notorious for adding fictional characters in the like and hate spots in his said videos, which he got criticized for. Some rants contain animal cruelty-related terms such as, if I saw him, her in real life, I would feed him, her, anything that is dangerous to animals, with chocolate being the most thing said to dogs, which was used by Christmas Yes Sunny Day No in most of his rant videos. Some rants contain animal cruelty-related terms such as, if I saw him, her in real life, I would feed him, her, anything that is dangerous to animals, with chocolate being the most thing said to dogs, which was used by Christmas Yes Sunny Day No in most of his rant videos. Some users, like Uban of the New York Vyonder 2K4, stupidly rants on dates/years. What he should know is that not every day/year is perfect. These types of videos have been targeted by Go commentators, and the commentaries that are solely on Vyond/GoAnimate videos aren't that much better, as most of the users who make these tend to either insult the users involved in the videos or try to force them to quit making Vyond/GoAnimate style rants, which, of course, always backfires, as some of the users who have been commentated on by them would usually either ignore it or flag it down. Speaking about rants, there is some cases they would rant on Alvin Hung, which needs no introduction, as many misconceptions was made when Alvin Hung was ranted. Hypocrisy, when it comes to certain adult shows, sometimes they call them out for having swearing, yet many of these users, if not most of them, have shown to be liking shows which also contain swearing or coarse language, e.g., South Park or Family Guy. Some users rant on countries, which is considered as racism and can even lead to controversy. In some rants, some users put everyone in the world in the like/hate spot. The user should know that not everyone likes/hates whatever they were ranting on, unless if it has to do with a very controversial topic. Some rants can last 20 minutes long. Someone ranted on 2020 and explained everything they did and what happened that year and is inserted as filler. The videos can explain a little, or even some information about the media they're ranting on. Sometimes, it can be valid, but still, it's rare for these kinds of videos to have valid criticism. Just like Grounded and Punishment Day videos and Behavior Card Day videos, they could be considered so bad, they're good, so that makes them usually funny to watch. Some of the mock titles can be very hilarious. Some rants can be agreeable if it's a controversial topic. There are many names Vyonders use for a piece of media to follow up after saying more like. Here are multiple examples. Caillou, screw you, Crapula, or Pupulu. Dora the Explorer, Fora the Failure. Little Bill, big bitch. Barney, creepy. Cartoon Network, craptoon, dumbwork. Amazing World of Gumball, Amazing World of Son of a Bitch. Angry Birds, happy fuckers. Angry Birds Seasons, happy fuckers bastards. Angry Birds Rio, happy fuckers Rick. Angry Birds Space, happy fuckers gang. Angry Birds Star Wars, happy fuckers heart destroyed. Bad Piggies, good bullshits. Weatherstar 4000 video sucks a **UTTPTHDTC, Weatherstar 4000 video rocks ass awesome guy. Dentist, crepatist. United States, United Idiots. United Kingdom, United Queendom. Brazil, bitch. Canada, crapda. Finland, fuckland. Sesame Street, terrible town. Johnny Test, Johnny shut up. I love you, you love me, I hate you, you hate me. Mother's Day, Fuckers Day. BOJ, bitch. Gran Turismo 7, Grab Tourist 666. PS5, QYS 666. Fortnite, Crap Night. Elmo's World, Elmo the Bad Fucking Explorer. And the characters like to. Terms are terms used in many Vyond-style rants on TV shows and movies, especially if it's aimed at children. The main problem with this term is that it's absolutely ridiculous and way too far, since the characters from the TV show/movie they're ranting on do not do that stuff at all. What's worse is that users use this term on preschool shows. The characters from those types of shows would never do that stuff. If they did, then it wouldn't be a preschool show anymore, and would have to move on to adult channels like Adult Swim or Comedy Central, instead of PBS Kids, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or Disney Channel. And the TV rating would change from TVY to TVMA/DLSV as well. Even worse, kids would imitate all the inappropriate things on TV, and the show would get sued in court and get pulled from reruns in future releases. Sound familiar? Real-life examples of kids shows doing inappropriate things is John Dillermand, a kids show about a guy with an extremely long penis, which is inappropriate, and Tomorrow's Pioneers, which is a show that teaches Nazi-esque propaganda to kids. The ways these terms are used have their own ways in being trashy, and there's a lot of them. They especially don't make sense for characters who are well behaved in their original series. This term is just like how the user says false things about characters from a TV show they hate. Speaking of which, some of these terms are crimes themselves. E.g. taking drugs / drinking / smoking while underage, going to school naked / public nudity. Not only that, the characters in the series being ranted are minors. Overall, this term is appalling and one of the worst terms in any Vyond-styled rant you would watch on YouTube. Some rants don't use this term. These type of terms can be really funny, except if a grown man uses them and expects people to take their critiques seriously. Some of the cases are somewhat accurate, as there are kids show characters that go to school naked. Though, it's rare for some shows that have gross-out humor in it. These terms are used in multiple ways, including but not limited to these, which can start with, and the characters like to, warning these terms are really gross, watch those at your own risk. These terms are used in multiple ways, including but not limited to these, which can start with, and the characters like to, warning these terms are really gross, watch those at your own risk. Go on failure adventures, read more here. Drink pee when they are thirsty. Drinking urine is absolutely disgusting and can cause health problems, including pneumonia. Not to mention, this would be confirmed urophagia. Eat poop for dinner or when they are hungry, same as number 2. Go to school naked when it's time for school. In real life, you are not allowed to go to school, or most public places in general, naked. That is public nudity and you could get in serious trouble. As such, you need to put some clothes on and you should follow the dress code, if your school has one. Not to mention that the characters in the show that is ranted are minors, referring to those that are shown to wear clothes. Have sex at night. Characters from children's shows and G/PG/PG-13 rated films would never have sex nor jack off. If they did, it would be an adult show or an R/NC-17 rated film instead of a show made for children or a G/PG/PG-13 rated film. As stated above, the characters in the show that is ranted are minors. Jack off when they're bored, same as number 5. Smoke, mostly pot, smoking pot, also called cannabis or weed/marijuana, tobacco, pipe, cigars, cigarettes, pipe and vaping is downright unhealthy for you. If characters do this in kids' shows, then it wouldn't be for kids. Smoking is bad for your health, stains your teeth, also causing teeth loss, and makes it hard to breathe or worse, stunted lung growth, shortened lifespan, and even death. It's also noted that the characters in the show are minors and are under 21. Take drugs where drugs are prohibited, same as number 7. Taking drugs, such as meth, crack/cocaine, heroin, steroids, etc., or any psychoactive recreational narcotic drugs are very unhealthy, with exceptions of prescriptions, antibiotics, painkillers, caffeine. It is bad for your health, affect your organs, shorten your lifespan or worse, death if overdosed. Again, the characters in the show are minors. Drink alcohol/liquor or get drunk, same as number 7 and number 8. Drinking alcohol/liquor, such as beer, wine, whiskey, rum, moonshine, vodka, absinthe, etc., are unhealthy in large doses and bad for your health. It can affect your grades, your sight and organs, damage your kidneys and liver or worse, death. Just like above, the characters in the show are minors and under 21. Wear diapers/nappies is underwear. Wearing diapers is only for babies or those who haven't been trained. And if characters in a show the user is ranting on wear diapers, then that would be humiliating and laughable for them. Plus, it would be rather uncomfortable for the characters to wear diapers, as that could hurt them due to it chafing. However, there are some people, mostly the elderly, with intestinal problems who need to wear them. Gambling is very bad, as it's a potential risk of losing all the failure adventures term is a term used in many Vyond-style rants on TV shows and movies. This is a very overused term in Vyond videos, especially in the Vyond-style rants. People start to get sick of it after a while since it gets repetitive quickly. Plus, this term is almost always used as, and, they/who, all, like to go on failure adventures, together, which doesn't make things any better. This term doesn't make any sense because how can all of their adventures be failures? It would be good to see them have successful adventures, even if it's only one time. Even if a series had very great reception, they might still use this term and make the whole thing seem like it had poor reception, or if the adventures never ended in completion after all, even if they did. This is one reason why this term can be used to manipulate what others remember about the series in question. Sometimes they will use this phrase even if the characters never went on any notable adventures at all in their series. How can a character who never went on any adventures be known to go on failure adventures? Most of the time, this term may be accompanied with insults towards a character, or all of them, in the series in the same sentence. Example, this show is about some stupid-looking people who like to go on failure adventures together. Not every rant will use this term. There are some cases where a series is indeed a failure in the box office or in review case. Even then, it still doesn't make this term any less overused. Some people may find these terms funny depending on their view. Vyond-styled commentaries and approvals, aka GoAnimate-styled commentaries and approvals, make up a type of video mainly starting in the GoAnimate/Vyond community, regardless if they make videos with that animation tool or not. They first started gaining traction in 2017 onwards. This page will mostly focus on the commentaries. Right off the bat, they have similar problems as GoAnimate/Vyond-styled rants and salutes, along with a few extra problems that shouldn't even exist. The commentator complaining about a mock name in a rant, going was that the best mock name you could come up with? This happens almost every single time, without fail. The infamous correction line, where it's used in a way that's the opposite of what the rant/salute says. For example, if the rant says that a subject sucks, the commentator may go, correction, this subject rocks. They greatly exaggerate flaws with a video and usually ignore or skip over positive parts, especially when it comes to Michael the Rapper Offline Guy and or Chris Animate's intro being plagiarized. Why is an intro copycat a big deal when literally nothing similar is brought to the table? They recycle words, lines and quotes that are used more frequently than they should, such as dude, bruh, or what does thing have to do with other thing? Can you explain why? GA-styled rants and salutes generally explain nothing, so this question never gets answered. The creators of these commentaries skipping the intro just because they really hate the video that they're going to commentate on. This can be helpful if the intro is annoying to some people, but it's quite off-putting for others, and it doesn't make any sense, as this can happen at random, even if the video is something minor or insignificant. They cause a lot of arguments, backlash, and wars that could have been resolved if people didn't make rants that don't elaborate on something without following a formulaic path. Examples are in the final reason. Any instance of the commentator going, what did you just say, just to make the commentator replay that segment, sometimes in slow motion and multiple times. Any flashback that repeats a previous scene, likely because the creator couldn't be bothered to say something different about a duplicated scenario. Literally all the problems that my reaction to that videos make, plus a few more just for abusing effects/volume on the clips used for them. The effects/volume being abused in places, which is rather unnecessary even if a volume warning is present. GPS, Woody memes, is known for doing this often, and sometimes, even worse, there isn't even a volume warning at all when he, or other people, do this. Instead of showing a volume warning and maxing out the volume, don't increase it at all. The commentaries tend to state the obvious in times that aren't necessary. For example, at the start of almost every commentary, the uploader may go, now, I know this video is going to suck. GoAnimate/Vyond-styled rants and salutes automatically suck due to their formulaic pattern that almost all of them follow. Thus, the claim that's made in the commentary is pointless. Some of them tend to last way longer than they need to. A lot of the commentators end up putting users and or fictional characters in their commentaries to help them out. Not only does this make the commentaries arbitrarily long, but it can also be seen as an excuse to add them in a video solely because they might have requested to do so, or because the uploader wanted to. A commentary that should have been 5 minutes gets extended to like 8 or 9 because of this, no exceptions. Jordan is a notorious example of a GoAnimate-styled commentary maker, because his commentaries tend to be several hours in length. This video, used as the thumbnail for this page, is an example, and he's made several of them that are all that long. The commentaries can be made on other people's commentaries. This causes the video to be ridiculously long, combined with a title that's so long that it's reduced to a visually pseudo-random string of letters and numbers, such as TTJTCYSDNFFSCOMCOHCOBMCOFROH. Good luck with figuring out what this means without clicking that acronym to go to the video. Every single time a commentary is made on another commentary on a video, the first person in that commentary chain will say to the second, well, your commentary is going to suck, random words, if applicable, time. They don't cut unnecessary parts out, even if there's nothing else to say beyond a certain point in a rant. For example, they may leave the GoAnimate logo in instead of cutting that out, or they may leave the end of rant voice clip in. By that point, the video would have been over. And if they do it in a way to spite other people in the commentary chain, usually by skipping a word that denies a fact that a rant may make. Alternatively, they speed up or mute some parts instead of simply cutting that out, which would have been easier. Following number 4.1, putting users in the commentaries is rather unnecessary, not just from adding bloat to an already bloated video, but to possibly make it unfair or biased for people. Some commentaries make the user/character get only one turn to speak, while everyone else gets more than one. Some can contain an unnecessarily large number of users just to help one person out with the commentary, as if including them by default was bad enough. The phrase fictional characters don't have opinions when it comes to a rant/salute segment that adds like/hate spots with random characters. That's a lie so severe that it discourages character development and is a separate reason all by itself. If they didn't have opinions, then cartoons would have been bland when it comes to telling a story for specific characters and their roles that they play in. Even though rants and salutes aren't any better, the commentators could have easily said that opinion of the character is wrong or inaccurate, or this character doesn't have anything to do with the rant. Or, better yet, they could have skipped that part entirely, because it's the most redundant part of a rant that serves absolutely no purpose, other than to potentially spread misinformation. An unnecessary complaint and lie, made by an unnecessary segment of a controversial video genre. The commentaries show major examples of hypocrisy for both their conduct and the commentaries themselves. The commentators complain about Michael or Chris' intro being plagiarized, but they're fine, as in don't complain, when anything else is plagiarized, such as the entire script of someone else's rant on GoAnimate/Vyond haters, as an example. Almost all rants on haters of a subject, especially GoAnimate or Vyond, will result in the more like part being, subject, fans, every time, guaranteed. The correction line. It's used in a way that counts as disagreeing with someone's opinion, which in turn begets the act of being disrespectful to people over an opinion as well as potentially forcing theirs upon the one who made the original video. This negates their claims that they respect people's opinions. The line "now, I know this video is going to suck," despite the fact that these commentaries can be even worse than the rants that they're commentating on due to their lack of advice, research, and information done on subjects. Again, if the video didn't suck to the creator, the commentary wouldn't exist, which would be good. Following number 2 and number 6, the commentators may say that fictional characters don't have opinions, yet they use them for their commentaries and even change their expressions based on the uploader's reaction to a subject/segment in a video. Very rarely, they end up role-playing as fictional characters in the commentaries, completely contradicting what they say. The scene of Peter Griffin going "oh my god, who the hell cares," or Dr. Robotnik, Eggman, in the Sonic movie going "nobody cares," being used when it comes to a segment that the uploader doesn't care about, but they leave that segment in, entirely unedited, and even complain about them. They complain about a mock name in a rant, yet they may make insults which are either just as bad, or even worse than the name they're complaining about. What do you expect when you make a commentary on a rant? Likewise, they claim that the failure adventures term is getting old, but they make these commentaries and recycle other GoAnimate-styled clichés that have been used for years, without even trying to expand on them. They might say that their commentary is for constructive criticism purposes only, yet they argue, harass, mock and even lie about the video or original creator that they're commentating on. This is not what constructive criticism is, and it's mainly used as an excuse for their cyberbullying act, regardless if it was their intention to do so or not. They tend to be fine with GoAnimate/Vyond-styled rants and salutes being criticized, but not these commentaries, as those who hear about someone giving constructive criticism towards them and why they're bad will receive unnecessary backlash due to people being so unbelievably toxic over them. Check the last reason on this page for more information. When they're repeatedly asked to stop making these commentaries due to their controversial nature, only to say that they'll continue making them because privating them would be a waste of time, when making these commentaries, and approvals, in general is a waste of time as well. They may ask the question, what does character have to do with this rant? Yet people should be saying the same thing about the fictional characters being used in the commentaries. What do they have to do with them? We'd rather be looking at a black screen for the parts that the video isn't playing. They'll skip the loud parts of commentaries, but they abuse the volume setting in places that didn't need that treatment, especially over minor things that the communities take out of context. One person of a commentary chain may say that another one's commentary will suck just because they disagree with it without explaining, when in reality, all the commentaries in that chain would suck, because they are equally bad to the others, and nothing will change that. Most of these are made solely because an uploader may disagree with practically everything about the video they dislike. More times than not, a simple comment left in the comments section would have been more effective. GoAnimate/Vyond-style rants/salutes have been the main target of these commentaries, which aren't much better, but at least they can be short, provided that multiple rants/salutes aren't in the same video. If you remove the commentary parts of the commentary and leave the raw video in, then you'll eventually notice that it looks like just a disguised re-upload of someone else's video with loose strings tied together. The loose strings being the complaints, arguments, and childish insults. As proof, this re-upload of Brendan's rant was taken from Jonah Campbell's commentary, edited to remove the commentary parts. You can tell because you can see split-second instances of Principal Skinner, which is the character used in Jonah's commentary, which is now deleted due to him deleting his entire channel. His horrible actions have sealed his fate. The approvals are near identical to the commentaries, but they focus on everything positive instead of everything negative, which causes the following problems. They say agreed very frequently. They tend to be biased, usually being made just because the one who approves of the video supports the creator without even properly analyzing the reasons of a rant/salute, which could be false. They refuse to admit when a segment of a video is notably lackluster or bad, even when others point that out. They try too hard to be hip and cool, sometimes by using dead memes such as any of Filthy Frank's clips, especially with him going, "It's time to stop and shut the fuck up, no one cares." The commentaries are sort of misleading, as the word commentary is supposed to mean a narrative speech towards a subject, which describes segments in detail. GoAnimate-styled commentaries usually do not do this, as they complain all the way through with recycled and biased opinions, facts, logic, and mindless rambling. Some of these commentaries can be so lazily done that the creator of them might have several tens of tabs opened up at once for characters and video clips, in an attempt to simulate editing one and piecing it all together. Jay Kaiser is an example of doing this, and others have used this strategy before he did. They cause unnecessary controversies in the GoAnimate/Vyond community that could have been easily avoided and prevented. Jay Kaiserhead, indirectly, sent his fans to attack MJ, the Spirit, because the latter said that GoAnimate/Vyond-styled commentaries were bad, along with him saying that they're an infringement of copyright due to them being too similar to the My Reaction to /that videos, as well as the commentaries being disguised re-uploads of other people's videos, only made just to complain all the way through without explaining anything worthy at all. Jay is in the wrong here, as he had no right to send hate to someone who had a different opinion, even if he disagreed with it. Jay even made a rant on MJ and accused him as a criminal under a fictional character's name because of his fans supporting the lie that MJ made or forced people to take down commentaries, when he actually didn't, effectively making them all conclusion jumpers, even Michael the rapper, offline guy. People such as Foxy the Fox 110 have made excuses to keep making GoAnimate/Vyond-styled commentaries, such as commentaries fall under fair use, commentaries are for constructive criticism purposes only, and saying that commentaries is copyright infringement is an excuse, when neither of them are good, let alone being true, and the latter can be seen as an excuse to avoid criticism against these trashy commentaries. Some of these can actually give valid points, but the chances of this occurring are as rare as seeing a plotagon grounding video that doesn't use the angry or rage actions. Some people are starting to move on from making these childish commentaries. Socially awkward versus average versus awesome videos are a type of GoAnimate/Vyond video that first originated from Alex Kimball, now known as Alex the TD Guy. It revolves around characters doing various tasks. Their performance depends on which tier they get, with awkward doing the worst job and amazing doing the best most of the time. There are also special variants that add more tiers into the mix, usually awful and amazing, but some can have more or less. It is likely based off of the advice animal, socially awkward/average/awesome penguin. Note, some tiers can have more than one representative character. All tiers have the socially prefix, and the most common tiers are awkward, average, and awesome. The tiers are listed in the order they usually appear. Any tiers that are rare to find are marked with an asterisk symbol. Atrocious, aka the worst, asterisk. These characters fail more than awful tier characters. Awful, aka horrible. These characters fail without trying the task or even give up. Awkward, aka bad. These characters fail miserably or do a poor job, but at least they try to do the task. Average, aka okay, medic or decent. These characters do okay. Awesome, aka good. These characters do good and get a reward. Amazing, aka super extreme, excellent. These characters do very great and get a really big reward. Astounding asterisk. These characters perform the best at a specific situation and get incredible rewards. Terrifying, aka scary, asterisk. These characters usually do the task while also doing terrible things as well, like killing people. Here are some of the situations that can appear in a socially awkward versus average versus awesome video and the usual result for the more common tiers. The awkward, average, awesome characters are be referred to as the subject. As with many GoAnimate videos, the videos are biased since they are based on how much the uploader likes or dislikes the characters in question. The socially awkward character is the uploader's least favorite character, usually a preschool show character such as Caillou, Peppa Pig, or Barney, and vice versa, e.g. Mario, Leafy from Battle for Dream Island, or Sonic. Similarly, the uploader may add a socially awful character and a socially amazing character to the mix. Many of the situations do not depend on a person's social status, as many of them require luck or skill. Some of the videos have the socially awesome character beating up another user, or sometimes Elven Hunt, just because the uploader hates the user in question. Plot holes. Many times, the situations make no sense, such as having a pizza party with God himself because the character is socially awesome, and getting an infinite sack of money for the same reason. Some situations have callbacks to other Vyond videos such as dead meat videos, salute videos, grounded videos, gets fired videos, etc. Another plot hole. There are situations where the socially awkward or awful character's YouTube account gets terminated without them breaking the YouTube guidelines. As with dead meat videos, these videos sometimes have ear rape in them, which is not only unnecessary but it can damage people's eardrums. The concept of how poorly or well a character does in being put into different tiers is pretty interesting, although the execution wasn't too good. Sequel and prequel videos are videos that can be found on YouTube because they were given birth from out of users' videos. Both sequel videos and prequel videos are clearly attacking the other users' videos. Example, there was a sequel video out of someone's video. Lots of them are considered cyberbullying and they violate YouTube's community guidelines as directed as the mentioned video by putting sequel or prequel after they mention the user's video. It was resulted to be given birth by out of users' videos. It's also known as the user getting revenge on the user's video. They're also related to user videos and killing videos, which is also considered cyberbullying as mentioned in Reason 1. They would take the creator's video and re-upload the video without giving credit. They are also considered copyright infringement because many of them have copyrighted material owned by companies, just like user videos. Lots of them can get age restricted. Lots of them are also related to out of users' videos, just like mentioned in Reason 4. They can be considered user videos just like user parody videos. The main problem with those videos is the user would make a bad user video by mostly using a meme, like the not funny didn't laugh meme, making a bad video out of a user, hating a user, etc. Similar to user videos, the videos can cause the user to harass the other user for any sort of reason, resulting the user to make a rant out of the person, stealing people's videos, humiliate the user in a video, etc. 95% of the time, these types of videos can easily be struck down by either the owners of the videos, companies who produce the said videos, amongst others with either a copyright strike or a community guideline strike. The users who make these types of videos would usually make them whenever they see a video out of them. On an additional note, it is also noteworthy to mention that this is used the most when responding back to a troll with videos hoping to teach them a lesson, when of course the troll will make prequel videos out of them, which counts as a reaction towards them. Out of users' videos are videos directed toward a user that the person holds a grudge against. These can include grounded, killing, assaulting, and whatnot. First of all, these videos are cyberbullying, as they are directed toward the mentioned user in their videos and putting them down in most cases. They are clearly attacking the user by making videos out of them. Killing videos, grounded videos, punishment videos, and more. These videos resulted in giving birth to sequel and prequel videos, where the users does something back to the users, or even trolls, in the aforementioned videos. They are pointless, since it just result in an endless and stupid war. Alvin Hung became a target for these, after making some changes that some users disagreed with, and later Gary Lipkowitz for doing some more changes that even more users disagreed with. You can find Vyond/GoAnimate trolls and naive Vyond/GoAnimate users doing these types of video. Though the best you could do is just ignore them, as they are not worth your own time. They would on occasion take a grounded video and/or a punishment day video and re-upload it, without the original creator's consent, and renamed it to their targets. These are beyond the laziest videos, since they are infringing by using a video they didn't make and could get the stolen video taken down. Granted, that if the original creator actually cares. They also use footage from things that are actually copyrighted and requires permission to use and name it to something that is targeted at that user. Since it's copyright infringement, it would either result in their videos getting a copyright strike or simply getting copyright claimed by the company and/or studio behind the thing they used. Some reasons can even be to keep the good/bad user terms alive. though good/bad users never existed, although, there is a thing called toxic users. Not to mention that they said they didn't give credit to the user they dislike/hate. That would be disrespectful, as you'll have to give credit to the person if you want to include them in your videos depending on if the person allows you to add them or not. There are some videos that involve users getting hung on a cross, which is mocking Jesus' death. If the video is nothing but the person criticizing the user or person for their wrong actions, then it is not a bad thing, even if it could spread more drama, which could be used if the user in question will never learn until someone starts drama against them. For example, The Awful Life of Rainbowy 107. Videos out of Alvin Hung are rarely a thing anymore. Bad user alert videos are your typical generic GoAnimate/Vyond user videos that have been made since around 2014. In recent years, these videos have fallen under a huge decline mainly because of how pointless and repetitive they are, as they are still being made to this day. Most of the time, these videos encourage people to go after the users they label as bad users, which in retrospect will only make things worse for both the people the users are targeting and the ones doing the targeting. Essentially, these videos are, in true to form, the worst way of sending out a message to someone or a group of people about how much you hate them. In fact, this could essentially be troll feeding if the videos involve the creator targeting obvious trolls at best, and harassment at its worst. Sometimes, the videos may include the users attempting to ground a troll or an innocent bystander who hasn't really done anything to the user who created the videos in the first place. 1. While self-explanatory, there is no good user or bad user, as they never existed in the first place. No one is perfect, as they are just people trying to do their best, but those people think they exist, showing they are hypocritical. As stated above, the sole purpose of these videos' existence is to keep the good user/bad user war going/terms alive, only to resolve absolutely nothing at all. To make matters worse, this could provoke an angry reaction from both sides. Case in point, the users who have created these videos will sometimes go out of their way of making grounded videos out of the target that they label as a bad user and won't stop attacking their targets until they either leave or get terminated. Compared to other repetitive videos that have since been done to death by other GoAnimators/Vyonders, the way they label their opponents as bad users is laughably ironic, considering how the label could easily describe their behavior within not only these videos, but other videos that are related to them. To add insult to injury, the users who make these videos act like the victims are like a big threat, even if the said user is practically harmless and/or a troll. To summarize this, these videos were one of the reasons why the GoAnimate/Vyond community has gone downhill and became a war zone. These videos may be helpful to spread the word about actually bad users, even though it may be troll feeding. Killing videos are videos that Vyond users do, which started to be made in 2014. They're very disturbing and often very loud, since they use lots of ear rape, which it loses its appeal since it's overused in a lot of these videos. They are considered murder, and it can get you arrested, and it can give you a life sentence in jail, or worse, it can get you put on death row, and it can get you executed. They use copyrighted songs such as The Light Is Coming by Ariana Grande, Woman Like Me by Little Mix, I Can't Get Enough by Selena Gomez, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored by Ariana Grande, Happier by Marshmello, and other songs on the top 40 iTunes charts. Some people make killing videos out of characters people like, such as Jenny Wakeman, Sporticus, and a lot more. This can prove they are a troll. They sometimes go as far as to using copyrighted characters, especially characters from TV shows meant for young children. This also could be disrespectful to most people. This can even cause some people to leave social media. For example, during 2019, Jujuo closed his account because members of the UTTP kept overplaying killing videos out of him. The sequel videos that they make named funeral videos. Some are pretty funny, but still bad. In conclusion, the Vyond community is the worst community of all time. They cause a lot of drama, and there are a bunch of criminals, doxers, perverts, pedophiles, etc. The Vyond community is the worst community on YouTube, which caused YouTube to go downhill. If you guys are in the Vyond community, I suggest you leave the community because the community is not safe. If I forgot anything, comment down below. Anyways, credit to Trashy Vyond Videos Wiki. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video for September 2024. Goodbye.